Once, there was a man named Samson, the strongest man to ever live. A man chosen by God before his birth, blessed with impossible power to defend his people, Israel. His strength was divine, but his heart was human. Samson's power came from a vow, a sacred promise never to cut his hair, never to drink, never to break his devotion to God. As long as he remained faithful, no enemy could defeat him. But Samson's weakness wasn't in his muscles, it was in his desires. He fell in love with a Philistine woman from the very people who oppressed Israel. Against every warning, he married her. When betrayal and revenge tore their love apart, Samson's rage set the fields of his enemies on fire. He caught 300 foxes, tied torches to their tails, and burned the crops of the Philistines. His anger consumed everything, even the people he once loved. The Philistines struck back. They killed his wife and her father. In fury, Samson picked up the jawbone of a donkey and struck down 1,000 men. He was victorious, but alone. His strength made him a legend, yet it also made him blind to humility. Years passed. The Philistines still feared him, but Samson's heart grew restless again. And then he met Delilah, a woman whose beauty was as dangerous as her silence. She was sent by the Philistine rulers to uncover the secret of his power. "Tell me," she whispered, "where does your strength come from?" At first, Samson toyed with her, lying, teasing, pretending. But Delilah's voice was patient. Her words, soft as silk, became chains around his mind. Until finally, he broke. "My strength," he confessed, "is in my hair, for I am set apart for God since birth. If it is cut, I will become weak like any other man." That night, as he slept, Delilah brought in a man with a blade. His hair fell to the floor, and with it, his destiny. When the Philistines came, Samson awoke to fight, but his power was gone. They seized him, gouged out his eyes, and bound him in chains. The strongest man in the world, now blind, broken, and forgotten. Yet even in darkness, God was not done with him. In prison, Samson's hair began to grow again, and with it, his faith. One day, the Philistines gathered in the temple of their god, Dagon, to celebrate their victory. They brought Samson out to mock him, the fallen hero, the blind fool. But Samson prayed one last time, "Lord, remember me, strengthen me." Once more, he placed his hands on the 2 pillars, holding the temple, and with every breath left in him, he pushed. The ground shook, stone cracked, and the mighty temple collapsed, killing thousands, including Samson himself. He died, not in defeat, but in redemption. Because his final act wasn't one of revenge, it was one of faith. Samson's story reminds us that true strength doesn't come from the body. It comes from the soul, but no matter how far we fall, there's always a way back. If we remember who gave us our strength in the first place,